Recording started.
Oh.
All yours, Noel.
Oh, mine. I thought it was yours. No. Okay, can you bring up the slide that you showed me earlier?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a
just bring
second.
up.
Yeah, just a second, please.
I think it's important to know that this technology, I just realized this technology has been out for almost close to 10 months, right? If not a year now, right? So there are probably enough people who've been somehow exposed. Is there anyone in a group that is totally, absolutely new to ChatGPT? Anyone? Don't be shy. We're not going to put you to the test. Okay, I presume that means everyone's been before. Okay, very good. Right. Now, I thought we'll do something a little bit different. All right. So we have enough quorum, if you want, of people who have used it and so forth. So I felt that maybe we have a chance to get people to contribute. All right. Let me just bring up my poll. Huh? I don't know why my poll always disappears from Teams. Never seem to stay on. Cannot be that every time I have to create a new one, right? When I have not deleted them. It's quite ridiculous every time I have to bring it up. And then the poll, maybe because the meeting, you know, when the meeting is different. That's why the poll's gone. Okay, I would like to do a quick poll. Okay, and I would like you to be honest, right? The reason why honesty is the best policy, especially for this, is I want to know what to do moving forward to help all of you. Sorry if the grammar is wrong. Huh? I just realized it probably should be, do you feel threatened asked then by AI? But anyway, for the purpose of this, okay. Can you guys see the poll?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
can see.
Now, based on what we get out of this, all right, it will give us a better idea on what we do in the course of the next phase of us doing this TTT, right? I want us to be a bit more prescriptive in helping you, okay? Because I don't want us to be superficial, all right? I don't want us to be generalizing things and say, oh, yeah, there are lots of jobs that you can go for and all that. I want us to be, okay, if there are jobs, how would someone who need a job like that work towards that? All right, that's something that I would like us to be able to do for you, okay? But I can't do that for you if I don't know if any of you feel even threatened, okay? If you feel threatened, I want to know so that we can help. If you don't feel threatened, then we continue to have fun with it. We learn about features, functionalities, and all that. But at the end of the day, you probably can do it on your own. You don't need us in this group to help you in that aspect. Okay. So future, you feel threatened, your future is threatened by AI. Okay. So the person that says no, you're not threatened. Okay, that's good. Your job, you feel that is being threatened, maybe. Things. Okay, I'm curious. Normally, I don't ask people to put their hands up in a poll like this. It's supposed to be anonymous, but I'm curious, what does things mean? Anyone? For the person who typed in the word things, I'm lost. I can't think of what you mean by things. Can someone shed some light to this word things from the perspective of this question? Do you feel threatened by AI? Okay. No? Okay. I like the answer no, right? It's comforting that I feel that you know what and how things are going, right? Later we'll do more as we go along to give you a better, more balanced perspective. The threat is actually very real, right? It's just that sometimes we don't know, we don't understand, right? But the threats may not be the way you think of it for now. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Now the person who says job, I like that very much, but there's only one person. So you feel your job is threatened because job can be a lot more tangible that we can address, we can help. Okay. Future is very big. Okay. It's a little bit fuzzy, very big. I don't know what future, how far into the future you're thinking of and so forth. We'll put that aside for now. Okay. If the person who put job down can unmute and share, that would be really good. Otherwise, you can ping me directly as well. Okay, maybe we can help you in that aspect. Right? Give you some perspective and maybe steer you in the right direction. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. So okay, let me just get that out of the way. Okay, thank you so much for doing the quick poll. Right now, this is the team that has come together thus far, right? And I just want to quickly recognize them. Right? It's a team that's taken many years in the making. Okay, right? Ko in Kuching, Amar in Bangalore, Vic in Puchong, Lorraine in Bukit Maluri, Kapong, and of course Sharon in the UK. Okay, so this team has come together over the last few years, right, to bring a lot of the things that we're doing together. Okay, so I want us to recognize that it wasn't exactly the easiest team to bring together and find the right fit. You know, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Sometimes they don't come with instructions, right? So we need to work at it. Okay. Now, to put a perspective into ChatGPT that I want us to look at, all right? So this is something that I've shown many times over and over again, but I just want to bring us so that we can see it, okay? Now, the bit that I want us to spend a bit more time, right, exploring other possibilities, because this is an area that's a little bit like the job and the future that I saw in the poll, okay, this part here. Okay. And of course, the amount of AI that's been coming out in the last few months been truly out of the world, right? So we can actually do a lot of things better than what ChatGPT on its own can do, right? But nonetheless, the concerns, like in fact, even Zuriza and I were talking about it today, was the dangers of the technology hallucinating and so forth. So the warnings and cautions are very important. Okay. Now, persona was something that we thought about back in February this year. Okay, and I believe it will continue to dominate a lot of the sharing that we do. Right. So that's why I felt it was important that we go down that path. So I've asked Lorraine, even Ridwan, and Chris, for example, to share from different personas perspective. Now, if you want to think of it, if the word persona is new to you, persona is literally categorizing like a role, right? You're putting on a role. The role could be a job. The role could be a temporary, how to say, responsibility that you need to take on. Like say, for example, When your kids are home, you need to be a parent. So that's a persona that you have to display and work with your kids. You could be a cook because you're cooking for your family. So decision making and all the different information all that is tied to that persona that you're playing. All right. So without going deeper and further in here, let's go into the demos. So Lorraine, would you like to be the first one to take on the persona that you have prepared for?
Can.
Yeah, great. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Let me share. Before I share, meet your presenters. These are the ones, with Noel as the key presenter and host. Then later we probably will have Chris and also Saiful, and my part is my dream home. Okay. Let me just go to, sorry, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Before I come on board, doing, a non-IT person in a non-technical person in a technical field, okay? That was crazy, okay? I was a real estate agent before. And recently, one of my friends, asked me to help out because knowing that I was a real estate agent. I still am, okay? And she asked me, because she wants to buy a home for her son. Her son is 24 years old, and because you see, property nowadays, the prices is scoring and surging like nobody's business. Okay, and she was saying, she wants to invest in a property. Okay, but this is for her own stay. Okay, for her own stay. So she asked me, so we were talking about it and all that, So I said, hey, I just get to know about ChatGPT, why don't we ask ChatGPT and see what it has to say? And then, we will discuss further. Okay, so what I did was that, when we go inside, so I taught her, together we say, my son is 24 years old and still studying. Okay, I plan to buy a property as a planned dream home for him. Sorry. For him, what should I do? Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Yeah, okay. Wow, so fast. Okay. It says buying a property as a dream of your son is a thoughtful and generous idea. Wow. However, there are several important factors to consider before making such a decision. Here are some steps to help you plan and proceed. Okay, it goes on to say assess your finances, set a budget, location, property type, mortgage options, legal, involve your son. Wow. Plan for maintenance and so forth. Okay. But what strikes us, when we were discussing about is set a budget. So, this caught my eyes and also my friends' eyes, you say, hey, set a budget, So that means to say, what is important to her, because set the budget first before you go for other things and all, because it's very important. No money, no talk like. Correct or not? So we say, okay, set the budget. So okay, let's tell ChatGPT, okay, we hear you, and we set the budget. So we ask ChatGPT, tell me more if I have a budget of 500,000. I am buying for own stay. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. It says with a budget of 500,000 for property in Malaysia, you have several options depending on the location, type of property, and your specific requirements. Here's a breakdown of what you can expect with this budget for your own stay. Again, it says location, type of property, then property size, so forth, so forth, so forth, a long list of it, Again, me and my friend, I think birds of a feather flock together, So it strikes us, property, yes, go for new property. We just thought of that, go for new property, because it did mention condominium and all that. Yeah, why don't we go for new property, condominium, and see what ChatGPT has to say, on this so-called wish of ours. Okay, so we ask it, what is the pros and cons of buying a new condominium? Okay, let's see. Then it says, ChatGPT saying, buying a new condominium, like any real estate decision, comes with its own set of pros and cons. Here are some of the advantages and disadvantages of buying a new condo. So they listed down, the pros of buying a new condo, modern amenities and features. Okay, I buy that. Low maintenance. New condos typically require less maintenance. Oh, it's coming from the point of, that means maintaining it is low at this moment. Just like buying a new car, your maintenance is so-called at the super low, versus buying a used car, like 10 years or anything, you'll probably have to put in, some money, set aside some money to fix up, anything can pop up, all that. Okay, good. And
Lorraine,
then, hi,
Lorraine, I have a
hi.
question on the low maintenance.
Mm-hmm,
I don't necessarily entirely agree with that
mm-hmm.
because I noticed new condos tend to have a much higher rate on the per square foot, right, to start with, right? So if you take it from that perspective, right, you immediately pay more money than say a condo that is 10 years old that started on much lower and then year by year it's been increasing, but the increase would not have matched the new condo that just come out that has a much higher. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, from what I understand, okay, yeah, you brought in a very good point, okay, but from what I understand is, you see, the maintenance charges, okay, the maintenance fee, yeah, you're right, certain properties, versus old properties, the rate is higher because, as you brought it out, it is per square foot. Actually, nowadays, it's actually per unit share. Instead of per square foot, it's per unit share. That means it includes your parking as well. Previously, condominiums, do not factor in your car park. So it's just the area size, the size of your unit. But the recent years, okay, it is per unit share, meaning to say if you have one car park, the size of the car park, will be factored in. If you have two car parks, then it's small. So it's called per unit share.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And coming back to your question, because it's higher, again, this is very much dependent on the properties and its location. and also, you know, the density of the project. Certain projects, you know, it's still going below 30 cents per square foot versus some older condominiums that is fetching a bit higher. Yeah, but all this is very subjective because again, you know, it is also they did some survey and some study, you know, in the vicinity. So very much so is in line with the surrounding areas. But this low maintenance that I think ChatGPT brings in is because everything is new. So it's like maintaining it is super low. Like what I said just now, bringing in, you know, if you buy a car, new car, you don't need to like change, you know, carburetor, you know, things like that, you know, because it's super low. So I think, you know, ChatGPT meant it in that way.
Okay.
Yeah. And so all this, you know, they bring in a very good point also for potential for appreciation. So appreciation to me will be, you know, very much dependent on the location and also the JMB, the Joint Management Board, in maintaining the property, in maintaining the building. And then it brings up, you know, cons of buying a new property, higher initial costs. Yes and no, because sometimes there is some good promotion offers. So your layout, your capital layout at that moment of time may not be as high as those what we call sub-sale. That means older properties. So it goes on to, you know, to give a few of this. And I believe, you know, the reason my friend comes to me, you know, is because of my experience as a real estate agent. So once we go into this and read through what ChatGPT tell us, okay, we have to counter check what are the points that was brought in and all that, you know. But at this moment, it's still a lot of things that we need to discuss further on that. And I'm glad that I can let her try out ChatGPT because she has never touched ChatGPT before. And at the same time, she has a so-called expert right in front of her for her to qualify, you know, certain things that was brought up by ChatGPT. So I will have further sessions with her, you know, and see how it goes. And hopefully we are able to, what you call, help her, you know, in achieving her heart's desire to get a property for her son. Yeah, there's so much for my sharing today.
Okay, good.
Lorena, can I ask
Hi.
a question? Hi, Lorena.
Yes,
Can I just ask a question?
yes.
What about I don't know what ChatGPT will reply, but about what we need to be aware of in buying a market in Malaysia. Will ChatGPT be able to, you know, be aware about the different geographical area, different countries have got different sets and rules and something to be aware of? Can ChatGPT actually differentiate the awareness of buying a property in Malaysia?
From my past experience with ChatGPT, it does offer, you know, like Malaysia will have been governed by Malaysia law and certain what you call authorities approval and the process and all that. Yeah, does that answer your question, Chris?
Yeah, thanks.
Most welcome. Okay, back to
Thank you,
you,
Lorena.
Noel.
Thank you. Thank you. How many of you are thinking of buying a condominium? Anyone?
Well,
Go
I'm
first.
looking at. Well, I'm hoping to get one, which is something that is in plan.
Awesome. Awesome. So you think it's realistic, Lorraine, 500K?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. But then it is this 500K. Why we come up with it is because if you are not too selective on certain locations, 500K you still can get. And also because we are local buyers. If you are foreign buyers, then you're subject to another set of rulings, which is minimum 1 million.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Lorraine. Anyone else have questions for Lorraine, the real estate agent / IT specialist? Okay. So just as a little segue, Zuriza and I were talking about breakfast this morning. So she talked about hard-boiled eggs. So I did a search on hard-boiled eggs. Can you guys see ChatGPT talking about hard-boiled eggs? Or I started with eggs. Okay. Now, because we're talking about nutrition, we're talking about the different type of breakfast that we have, right? I was sharing with some of the people there that my breakfast is all liquid. I have juice and apple cider vinegar and stuff like that. So, and Zuriza shared that she has hard-boiled eggs. So I wanted to start by understanding what the different nutritional items in eggs to start with, all right? Then I asked the question, how about hard-boiled eggs? Okay. Now, what I was trying to get to was, is there a difference between eggs and hard-boiled eggs, if you want? Okay. Let's see how well ChatGPT does this. Okay, let me share with you the thinking behind this. Now, I find that using a tool is no different if you use the tool or I use the tool. The difference is the thinking behind how you use the tool and what you're trying to achieve. So what I was trying to do here is to understand two things. One is when you hard boil the egg, what happens to the nutritional values in the egg itself? Is there any changes, any damage to some of the nutrients? Because some nutrients are more sensitive to different kind of conditions, right? So that's why I was asking this. Is there a difference? So the difference that ChatGPT immediately picked up was the different style of cooking. Actually, what I wanted was, is there a difference in nutritional values from the original egg versus the same egg that's been hard-boiled? Okay, but nonetheless, let's look at the difference. Here it says hard-boiled eggs are cooked by immersing them. Okay, we know that. Okay, hard-boiled eggs are typically served without additional cooking fats. Okay, now, depending on what you use for your cooking fats, that's also where it gets healthy or it loses that health. Because you could be adding a lot of fat, lard, soya sauce, among many other things. So potentially that can be either very good for you or maybe not so good for you. Okay. Then you have fried eggs. So same thing, right? You learn about additional ways, right? But it didn't talk about poaching. Okay. So that could be another way that you can cook that is very healthy. Poaching the egg versus scrambling the eggs or even frying the eggs if you want something very healthy. Okay, so this is how we use a tool, even in a very common day-to-day manner. How many of you have used ChatGPT to give you ideas on cooking? So I guess most of us don't cook in this group, right? We have no time to cook, we eat out. All right, so Ridwan, you there?
Hello. Hi. Hi, Noel.
Hi, Ridwan. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Welcome, welcome. Yep, take us through some of your experiences, all right, and the persona that you can share with us in terms of how and why you're using it in the way you do. Yeah.
Okay. Can I share about the games, or is it possible to do that? All right.
Of course, you may.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Let me share my. Everyone can see my slides. So
Yeah.
just a simple slides. Okay, today I will be sharing about games, how you can play some games in ChatGPT. You can play with your kids, or maybe just you want to spend some times with your families. So it's just a simple game. So before I go through the games, I have 4 examples here. So I will just talk about what the use of AI, users of AI in games. So if like me, like 30 years old and teenagers, we like to play games compared to Noel and other people here. So I believe maybe Noel or maybe Laureen, you guys most likely play Tetris or Mario, those old games, right? But in newer generation games, there are different types of AI that is used to make the game more interactive. So based on my research a bit, so there are 2 types. So one of they call it framework is goal driven agent. So goal driven agents are very limited. So you have one scenario. Let's say you want to go outside and find a car. So you can see from the picture here, right? So you can see there's a robot here. So and it's all pre-generated. And when they develop the games, right, the AI robot will actually have all the scenario ready in a predefined way. So you have here, you see the pictures here. So the robot is going out and trying to find the car that is an orange car. So you can see here. So these are one of the example of goal-driven agent. And the next one is procedural content. Procedural content is commonly used now. So there's a research as well. They try to mix the goal-driven and procedural content together as a framework to develop games. You see, the procedural content is they will auto-generate the scenario of the game, the concept of the game. Let's assume you have a games that has a dungeon, has enemies, and then you have a texture of fields and houses. So you can just program that, and the game engine will auto generate that based on the stories. Rather than the first that I shown is more likely predefined, so it cannot accept any undeniable or certain scenario that you might want to do. So more game now are using this framework. So, but for ChatGPT, it more or less or simple. So what I want to show today, there are 4. So the 4 example. One, we can try together. The first one is one of the best games that we can play with ChatGPT is tic-tac-toe.
Mm.
So since ChatGPT is a text-based, right? So we can just try and see how to do this. Maybe I can just bring out my screen here. Let's. I change my share. So stop sharing. I will share my. Yes. All right. Okay. So let's try. Okay, the first game, right? I have too many browsers here. Okay. Okay, let's try. As we get simple. Hello, hello.
Yep, we're still here.
Hello. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's just type a simple prompt here. Okay. I think you guys can see. Maybe I just make it bigger. Okay. So what the prompt is, play tic-tac-toe with me. So of course, I would like to play. Here's the initial game. So you can choose to be either X or 0 or. Please select your marker and then indicate your move. Okay, and then you can, for example, now, here will be example number 5. So let's assume that I want to maybe a 0. In position 1. So So you can try to play games with ChatGPT. So these are one of the examples. So I can go on. Maybe I say maybe O in position 4. So let's go and try and see.
Ridwan,
Yes.
can you try putting in your answer without the word position?
Oh, okay. Let's try. Maybe I just try. Here, like this.
No, I think you need to put O in something, all right, but don't need the word position. See whether it O
Yes.
in something.
Yeah, it seems you didn't specify a position.
The position. So you can say O in 3. Let's see what happens.
O in 3. Oh, okay, understand. So you are saying no position. Okay.
Yes, it works. You don't need the word position.
Yes, yep, that's correct.
Okay, try it without even the O, just giving a number, because the ChatGPT remembers the conversation. So I'm just wondering whether
Yep.
it remembers that you are O or
O
not.
and then 9, for example. O space 9. Try O
Maybe,
space. Oh,
No, just
okay.
put 9.
Okay. Oh, yes. It worked, Chris. Nice. Yes.
So it remembers the conversation.
Good.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, that's even nicer. Don't, for a person who cannot type like me, this is very good. Minimal typing. Okay. Now I know what I can do when I'm bored.
Okay. So this is one of the games. So another one. This one is okay. ASCII arts. So I believe ASCII arts is yep. So for example, I have it here. So I want to play game called Guess the ASCII arts. You can draw the arts, and I will try to guess it. So maybe I will need some help to guess what is this. So I can type it here. So is it a Santa or is it a dove? Is it a dove? Is it no?
A dwarf.
No.
Is it a dwarf?
Or
How
is it
about an
a
elf?
Oh, okay,
ELF.
yeah.
Try
Yep.
elf.
Yep.
Mm.
Ooh,
Animal. That's interesting.
Hot desert environment.
but camel.
Camel?
Doesn't look like a
Camel, but
camel.
it doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't look like camel.
Hello? Doesn't look like camel.
Mm. This
Scorpion? Doesn't look like scorpion.
is I don't
What
like things
could
like
it
this.
be?
It teases me too much. I need something that's faster. We give up.
We give up.
It's a camel. Yeah, really.
It doesn't
Yeah.
look like a camel.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So can you type that, Ridwan, type, it doesn't look like a camel. I don't agree.
Yeah. See what it says. Sally, it
Okay.
looks like what did I say just now?
Oh,
Elf. Yep. Elf. Right.
Yeah, looks like an elf. Teach it to be a bit more accurate with his drawing.
you know, I can say, Ridwan, are you hallucinating? Well, this is what hallucination is, right? So instead of
Yeah,
telling you the right thing, it tells you the wrong thing.
Okay.
looks
Maybe.
nothing like a camel. You are
So maybe.
hallucinating.
Okay, maybe I move to a next game.
Sure.
So the third game is read my mind. So so I want to play a game in which you have to guess what I'm thinking. You can ask me, maybe it's too much. Maybe I just go for two questions. Yes
Good.
or no. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is like a mastermind.
So I will be start asking you two yes question. Okay. Question number one. Is it something you can touch or is it alive? Okay.
Are you
Hmm.
asking, ChatGPT is
So
asking
ChatGPT
you?
is asking him. Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay.
yeah. This is mastermind.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it a life? More complex
yes.
version of mastermind.
Oh.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what Sharon and I are talking about, you're very young.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, yeah.
They're revealing our age. Eh?
Is it something you can touch? No. Yeah. You have to. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Let's try.
So do you have something in mind that you're teasing ChatGPT with?
Uh. Oh. Okay. Okay. So I have to. The chat
Yeah.
GPT have to guess, right? I have to
Yes,
guess what is inside my mind, right?
yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Understand. All right. Mm,
Otherwise, you can be misleading the ChatGPT, you know.
y-
You will never guess what you want because you are thinking it's the one holding the secret, but actually you are the one holding the secret.
is it a concept related to technology science? Yes. No. I think this will take so long. Right.
Can you tell it that it must do it in 3 questions?
Oh, okay. Uh, you need to guess it within three. Yes.
Try that.
Next two question, right?
Try that. See whether
So is related to technology. So all right. Okay, maybe.
see whether you can make ChatGPT give up. Wow, it's really narrowing down to cybersecurity.
Or should I just give the answer? I think I just gave the answer. Okay, so these are the the, the you if you have free times, you can just try and play some games. So I will share one link in the chat. So there are lists of. Let me just share right now. Where are my browsers? So okay, I will just share in my chat.
Has
Okay.
anyone else played the games with ChatGPT before?
Yeah, I played tic-tac-toe.
Ah, okay. Okay.
It wasn't too smart. Then I thought it looks like it's better now. But
Yeah.
Okay, that's all from me, Noel. Everyone, thank you very much for spending time hearing my sharing today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ridwan. That's very creative.
Yeah.
Very good. I
Thank
really
you,
like it.
Ridwan. That was very interesting. I didn't realize you could play a game with it. So that's something new for me to explore now.
Yeah. Now, all of you know that you have ChatGPT on the phone, right? So you don't need to download any more games. You know, if you can be creative in how you can interact with ChatGPT on gaming. All right, we have one more. All right, we have Christopher who is agreed to do some stuff with graphics for us to wrap up for the day. All right, so Chris, you there?
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Take it
All
away.
right. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. I don't know if anyone has tried using Bing Image Creator, but I'm going through Bing Image Creator. It's powered by DALI, right? DALI is paid. I think you get a few tokens free. Then after that, you need to pay. Image Creator is totally free. Okay. Some of y'all might see this 100 icon, 100 tokens here. This 100 tokens is boost, so that it generates a picture faster. So if you use up the token, then your image will generate slower. So some of the images, okay, in order to use the Bing Image Creator, you need to log into Microsoft. So you got to have a Microsoft account. So you can use your Hotmail account or your Outlook account. So I'm logged in as Christopher at CIC Solution at hotmail.com. So you must log in to use. If you don't log in, you will not be able to use. So I've logged in. So now let's try and create something. Okay.
I was just
So
thinking, Chris.
Yep.
I'm just thinking, maybe we should ask the audience how many of them have even used DALI.
oh, okay, good. Anyone
Yeah.
use DALI or any other image creator, AI image creator?
Yeah, I've got a DALI account. But
Ah,
I've not been touching it recently. But at the beginning, it's very
No.
disappointing. The graphics are nowhere near acceptable.
Yeah.
And then even the prompts, they at the big. This is like you're talking about 3 months ago. Struggle to understand. It doesn't quite. It's not able to give you exactly what you want.
yeah, I noticed that. Okay, so anyway, the other thing also I just need to highlight to everyone is that the image created here is royalty free. It's free. You can use it as many times as you want, and you don't have to pay or be worried about royalty. So even if you use it in your company or whatnot, you don't have to pay. Be worried about copyright or something like that. Currently, the law says that AI doesn't have any rights to create to anything they create. But the law might change. So, but currently is that you have access to all the things created by AI. Okay, so let's try something. So we want to see whether it can understand some of our local environment. So let's see if it Malaysia Day. You can be more specific if you want, right? Yeah, so that is what you call. As you know, I can see the hallucination. It add in American flag. I think.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, and then you can see here. You might have to count the lines of the red our red bar, whether there's actually 13 or not, because it might hallucinate there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So it's got 8. So there's got 15 lines. So even the star here, you might have to check and see whether, because you can notice that this star here in this picture and the star here in this picture looks very different.
Mm.
So this is part of hallucination that you need to be aware of that. Even though you created something, you know, you think you could use, but it not actually represent. And I think Sharon experienced this kind of quirkiness. All right. Anything else? Okay, so you can put blue sky. Right. So you can see that again here with a blue sky, and you notice that here our crescent is, our star is out of position. This one here doesn't have a crescent, so you know that clearly shows the AI hallucination going on. But if you want to really see something that is scary, look at this. Okay, this you might get horror stories or nightmare. So if you notice that this one, right? Okay, not too bad, right? Because I've done this, and sometimes the picture loses a finger. So sometimes they got short loss of a finger or something. So with this, after you create, right, then you want to download the picture. You just click on the picture that you want. Right. You can customize if you want. Customize goes to Microsoft Designer. All right. We'll look at that later. You can share or you can even download. So you can download these pictures. It downloads into a JPEG file. So you can use these pictures in your PowerPoint slides or your poster or anything like that. So this is picture generation. Okay. Any question?
Actually, it's amazing. It's amazing, Chris.
What?
It's amazing. Can you do me a favor? Can you add a ring around the finger?
Okay. Yep. Let's see.
See which finger it uses.
Specify a wedding ring?
No, just say with a ring and see which finger it uses.
Okay. Yeah, so this one looks this picture looks a little bit odd.
Mm.
Let's see if we put wedding ring and see whether it gets the
Okay.
right finger or not.
Okay.
Okay. Now there you can see the hallucination here happening. It's like it's almost like horror story, you know. Like then look here, you know, the number of fingers that you don't have. Like this here, you can see there's lost a few appendages. This one, and you can see here the fingers sticking out of the hand.
Mm.
Okay, so that's image creator. Anybody have any question? No? Okay. So now we'll go to the Microsoft Designer. Now, Microsoft Designer is a little bit different. Microsoft Designer is to create things like this, right? Posters or, you know, something that you want to highlight. You can do that with Microsoft Designer. So let's put a birthday poster. Birthday or okay, say somebody's 21st birthday party. Okay, then you can click generate. So designer is slightly different than the image creator. Image creator is just for images. For designer, it adds on things like here, like, you know, cheers 21st birthday. So you can create this poster, or even if you want, you can create this, you know, and send it on your WhatsApp or your Instagram or anything like that. So what do you do? Let's see, they have here. Okay. Sometimes they create with animation, and sometimes they don't. So let's pick this one.
So
Okay,
this
okay.
one is like competition to that app called Canva.
Ah, yes. I think Canva also has got AI built in now. Yep. So you can edit the thing, right? Like this, right? You can change the font to suit what you want. This suggested brand font, right? So you can put different fonts. And you can adjust the position of the font. Right? And the font type that you want. So you can do things like crop or image tools,
Mm.
right? You can select the different AI tools, so it gives you a slightly different texture.
Very nice.
Saves a lot of work lah.
Can it make the picture come alive, Chris?
Live, let me see.
See, just now I saw a bird. I think it's called what do you call that? It's not a
Okay.
stork. It was like a.
Okay.
Can you make it fly?
Okay, wait, hang on. Day party with animation. Let's see whether. Okay, so here you've got designs that they've created with animation. Let me see. Yeah, these are ones with animation, and it is exported as an MP4. So you can do this and then send it on to your WhatsApp to the people and all that, and get some animation. So looks a little bit more creative than the normal emoticons that you normally get and stuff like that.
Very nice.
Okay, so let's custom the design. Or you can, they also give you here, where you can
Customize here.
yeah, this is under customize. Hang on. Let's see where it go back. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Now, this is what I did. They also give you a suggestion, unlike in the big image creator, they don't. Got to point out. Yeah, so you can see, click to try this suggestion, create an animation design for my 21st birthday party with a play style, incorporate blue, pink, and gold colors to match the celebratory mood. So if you're not happy with what you type, you can click on the suggestion here and then generate. Right. If you're lost for words and you don't really know how to use or maximize the use of designer, then it actually helps you. Right.
Nice. Amazing.
Yeah. So you pick one, like, okay, this one's got animation. We customize the design here.
So can you show us how you download this and then put it into WhatsApp?
Yeah, sure. Then you can download it here. Click on download. And download, you can copy the URL or download the thing into an MP4. Just download. Hang on. You can see download. And then here you can see recommended MP4. Right? You want it GIF or PNG. You can also, or PDF, you can JPEG. Of course, JPEG or PDF, you don't get the animation lah. But if you want, you can just download. So the non-animation one is download as a JPEG file. The one with animation is the MP4.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. And the title it creates also related to, unlike what you got from the earlier from an image creator, is no names, but this one they actually give you a relevant name. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay, computer is a little bit slow. Yeah. Okay, so that's the animation that you can use.
Wonderful.
Okay, that's my sharing.
Thank you, Chris. Any
All right.
questions for Chris? All right. If there are no questions, right, we can wrap up. So if any of you are not yet on Security 101, all right, Chris is a prolific sharer on Security 101. Okay, you can scan this QR code.
Yeah, I forgot to tell the image creator and the designer is free.
Wonderful. Okay, and of course, give us your feedback. Right. Scan this QR code, give us your feedback, and we love to see you again the next time we do this TTT. And of course, your feedback can be telling us what are the things you want to see in ChatGPT or related AI, so we can zoom in on your requests as well. Okay. Great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and we would like to have you back again in the near future. All right. Thank you, team. Thank you. Good night, everyone. See
Good
you.
night.
Bye-bye. Good night.